black king.
Head full of wood, won't sell my soul. I won't sell
Young black king. Young black king. Yeah, young black king.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? Let's talk about it. I just want to elaborate on a few things. Well, actually, let's go back to the West family and how I feel about the whole situation. And about the West family, I never threatened them, but also I never felt that they did not hurt the kids. I felt that they did hurt the kids just based off their actions. Like, you know, from going behind the news lady the second day. Well, actually, to recap back to that first night, as you can see on the footage, as you know, you never see Jacqueline come out and look for the kids. That is not normal. You know what I mean? That first night wasn't nobody out there. You know, if you could have loaded all the kids in the van, all y'all, that's what I would have did. Everybody coming out. We all finna go look for these kids, for my kids. You feel me? So that's weird right there. How Trezell was acting that night, standing in front of his yard, wasting time. You know, if them kids really walked off or got kidnapped, why are you standing there in your driveway for that long? And then, they didn't, you know, when we first came out the night of the 21st, there was nothing set up, of course, because it just happened. So everybody meets up, and we all met in the desert. And we was with, you know, it was police officers out there and, you know, the whole community searching in the desert. Nobody went to the West House that night because nobody knew what was going on until the next day, really. You know, where people could start really not judging, but start getting a feeling. You know, everybody felt the same off of their actions. And then, you know, you see the interview. The interview, that's volume. That explains a lot. You know, man, I don't see how you cannot watch that interview and not see just the guilt in both of them individuals, Jacqueline and Trezell. And that's just my feelings. That's just how I feel. Not to go and threaten nobody, not to say it's 100%, but in my brain it's like 99.9999999. You feel me? I mean, I'm not team nothing but team boys. And I respect, you know, the biological family. I met the mother. You know, I seen her pain. She was out there crying and, you know, going through what she's going through. Which is, unless you lost your children, then you don't know what this woman is going through. And you know, just to see Ro out there, you know, pushing for them kids non-stop since day one. As if, you know, just think about it, common sense. If the biological family did take them kids, that's a hell of a good cover-up. A hell of a good cover-up. Especially for Ro to be going this hard and still going that hard. Just for instance, to say her cousin did take the kids and she's still going that. Come on, man. Ain't nobody finna do all that, man. Y'all gotta get lost out the sauce and get back to reality and put your thinking caps on. You know? But that's just how I feel, man. So, and then I also, you know, I do believe the cameras, because I don't believe Mike has nothing to do with that. He's just a neighbor that got caught up in it, that we're blessed to have his actual footage that will really is supposed to be there to give us a better insight, not to flip it around and turn it into a negative thing because of the time stamp or the actions that took place afterwards with people partying, or I don't know all these allegations, but I'm just trying to hit y'all with some common sense, you feel me? So the footage was, it meant a lot to me. It spoke a lot of volume, because if they would have got kidnapped, I felt you would have seen a vehicle pull up and take the kids. If they would have walked out, either way, it would have been seen on camera. It would have been seen on footage. And just the way we searched that night of the 21st, it was over 200 citizens out there and police officers with helicopters and people on motorcycles and stuff. We covered a lot of square footage out there. Between 200 people, or we know however many people was out there, we covered a lot. If them boys was in that desert, they would have been found, most likely, you know, in the perimeter that we searched that night. And we didn't leave until about 3 in the morning to where the desert is quiet. The desert is silence. You can hear a coyote down there from a mile away if you wanted to. You would hear some boys in distress if they was out there and needed help, especially that after being out there that long. And if they would have went the opposite way towards Mike's house, then Mike would have caught them on camera walking down the street or going in that direction. You know what I mean? And then there's other footage that we also haven't seen that the FBI has. It's a lot of houses with cameras in that neighborhood. And you got to remember when law enforcement did mention that they do have multiple footage from multiple people in the neighborhood. We only seen one footage. So don't think law enforcement is going to sit here and tell us everything either. They're not, especially the FBI. They're not going to let us know nothing, even if they see a whole community on the right path or the wrong path. They're not going to give us no hints or nothing, because that could alter the whole case. That could alter the whole case. You know what I mean? So we got to stick to the basics, and we got to stick to the basics. It's a lot of drama going on. We still need to be looking for these kids. They could be anywhere in Cal City in that desert. Of course, if they out there right now, they're probably deceased, but if that's what it boils down to, and that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do. So I think I pretty much covered everything on my opinion with the West family and their involvement. Also, not to mention how the mama is acting, Wanda West. I believe that's her name, Wanda. You know, with that little riddle, you guys got it. You think you got it. You know what I'm talking about. You know how it go. That little bullshit boggled me. And then another thing that boggled me, I don't know who it was, because like I said, back then I was just watching from the outside. I just see other videos that was getting put up. Is when somebody drove past their house and they asked, where the boys at? And they said, the boys is at your house. That was sick. That was little shit like that. You don't play. Come on, man. You gotta look at things like that. That's why I don't understand why it's even a Team West at all. I'm starting to create my own conspiracy theory and create my own narrative in my head. That people is getting paid or something behind this, because all of a sudden it's a big old Team West out of nowhere. Everybody was not doing that at first. And then it's like they dropping these Nixos and then dropping $30,000 rewards, and then there's big money involved, and now everybody just Team West, Team West. Ignoring all the fucking footage, ignoring the news interview, even the news people, everybody. Come on, you don't think if law enforcement felt like they did it, they would have went that extent to search their house, to get FBI involved, to do all that shit? That shit ain't never happened in Cal City. I've been there a long time. And you know, it could still be a whole nother conspiracy. I don't know. But this is just how I feel. If that's the case, you know what I mean? If that's really the case, why would law enforcement go to that extent to do everything they did? They you know, if they did that, they feel the same way we felt, that they had something to do with them missing kids. And why you didn't take a lie detector test? It's no excuse for it at all. Point blank, period. Mind my windows, y'all. I got my son be all over this car when it be parked. So don't go making no videos on that. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, though, man. So excuse my language. You know, this is just the way I talk. I ain't gotta hide nothing from nobody. This is me. Just like I guess he was just being him. Yeah, I'ma always be me, bro. Excuse me. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's my little insight on the whole ordeal that's going down and all this drama. And you know, that's just the way I feel, though, as a person that actually had boots on the ground, as an actual resident of California City, that actually looked this man in his eyes and felt this vibe personally. You got people like Benny that's going off of people like Doug. Benny has never been in California City at all. So how can you get information and put shit together from Texas if you're not here? So that means you're getting all your information off the internet. So your internet bias, like, it don't work like that, bro. That don't even make no sense. You over there investigating over. You think the feds is doing that? Is that how the feds investigate a case? No, because you end up with shit like this. The wrong people, the wrong idea, bringing people in it, like me. You feel me? Now you got a bump on your ass that you got to pop, and it's going to hurt when you sit down. You feel me? So that's pretty much it, y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. Just wanted to recap on that. Y'all know how it go. One thing for certain, two things for sure. There is an evil force upon us. We are face to face with evil. And if you spiritual, then you will understand. Just look at the type of energy that's attracted to certain groups. A lot of good-hearted people on this side. A lot of evilness attracted to this side. You are what you attract. Vibes. In the spiritual world, God knows what he's doing. He's not going to lead all these good-hearted people in the wrong way. God does not work like that. But he also tell you that it's evil on earth. But don't think that he won't help. Whose side is you on? Good or evil? God or the devil?